we last left our heroes. Visiting the back alley shop of Backroom Hillside, the children of the Reverie Estate were cornered by a group of negotiators, led by a former acquaintance of Pence, a man named Smoke. Their confrontation turned physical, and two of the siblings were brought down before Thomas's diplomacy allowed Aspen and a fairy, recently released from Backroom's collection, to distract the negotiators and allow a getaway. On the lam, Aspen leads the siblings to an abandoned temple, once devoted to the dwarven god Loki, located within the shadow of Feroth. As most of them slept, Pent slipped out to try and call upon his contact of the upper-class Lord Willard Pullman, and left a message for his own patron, asking for some guidance. Waking the next morning, our heroes found the headlines of every news outlet in Feroth advertising an upcoming public address by the leader of the negotiators. Aspen, returning home, found the Reverie Estate occupied by a squad of negotiators and witnessed them removing a body from the grounds. Who was killed inside the childhood home of our heroes? What evidence have the negotiators uncovered amongst Father's precise notes? What will come of the public statement from the leadership of this anti-Arcanist organization? All this and more as we return to A Matter of Time!
Hello there, and welcome back to A Matter of Time, where I, myself, and my friends and fellow storytellers tell you what's going on inside Center Ring. So, without further ado, Aspen, you have arrived on your childhood street, the street you were raised on. Just down the way, you can see the Reverie Estate, home sweet home, if you would call it that. It has been occupied by a number of negotiators. Just looking down the street, you're probably 2-3 houses down at this point, just turning the corner. Immediate first glance, you can see 6 negotiators, 7, outside of the Reverie Estate, and then 2 more, but carrying out a body bag on a gurney, bringing it to a carriage that they have just parked outside of the house. They deposit the body inside the back of the carriage, gurney off to the side, and then the 2 of them return into the house. No telling how many are currently inside of the Reverie Estate, but there is an extensive number. And considering that you were still licking your wounds from the night before, probably best not to poke that wasp's nest at this point.
Oh!
Wasp.
We made it to session 4.
Yep.
We're actually taking your inspiration away for that.
Aspen, what would you like to do?
Aspen, he's like standing at the end of the street, looking down there, fully expecting to have seen this happening down at the Reverie Estate there. Can you remind me, on the street, right? Either we have these kind of like 6-block houses. The Reverie Estate, I imagine if I'm looking down here, is the center one on the right. Zachariah Vanderlei is on the opposite side of the street. Is he at the far end, middle, or closest to?
If you are looking at the street and you are on the same side of the street as the Reverie Estate, Zachariah Vandelei's house is going to be opposite side and closer to you.
So it's actually the closest house from the side of the street that he's standing on the left.
Yep, that's good.
Perfect. These streets, I assume that the HOA has a really nice, groundskeeping sort of thing, right? Bushes and all of that.
This is one of the very few streets in Feroth. Of course, the Green Ward is called that for a reason. There's not a lot of green spaces in Feroth. It's a very industrious city. It's a beautiful city, but very industrious. This Green Ward is known for its lawns, for its yards, for its hedges, topiaries, all of the above. Yes, the HOA of this street that you were raised on is relatively particular about how the exterior of each of the homes is maintained.
Perfect. A couple of things to note, having left the from the temple, using prestidigitation to clean himself. Nice and presentable. The instead of dirty and look like he slept in a dirty temple all night. Cool. So he'll go down the fence. The fence of the Vandeleur estate. Is it like a stone wall? Is it wrought iron?
It's mostly topiary, actually. It does have a large, 2 brick towers that have a wrought iron fence that comes out of this tower that opens to their pathway. But it's mostly a hedge that wraps around their property.
Perfect. Going down, the parallel street, not parallel, the street going past the childhood street there. Aspen will cut in a little bit through the garden. He's going to deposit his bag that he kind of carries that has things in it. One of those kind of being more that mask, I think, is more of a telling thing that he doesn't necessarily want on him right now, this very second. So he's going to stash the bag. And once he's out of view of the negotiators down the street, he's going to hop the hedge and make his way around to the back of the Reverie Estate.
All right. Going around to the back, you see a carriage house. You see a sort of a butler's entryway. There is a gardener that is currently trimming some of the hedges along the way. There are a number of leaves that have fallen onto the ground, a number of large oaks that exist in the back of Zachariah Vandelaire's lot, a number of which you remember climbing as a child, much to the chagrin of Zachariah Vandelaire. And with the early autumn season, a number of those leaves have turned beautiful garnet or brown colors and then fallen. So a number of gardeners additionally picking up those leaves, disposing of them.
Well, maybe he shouldn't have had such climbable trees, and we would have stayed out of them.
Honestly, it is fall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looking around back here, there's people about. Do I notice the man that I've come to talk to out here in his garden?
Zachariah himself, you have not seen. No.
Perfect. I think I will. Aspen's gonna just march his way up to the back of the house and go inside the back door.
Yeah, with the number of servants who are coming in and out, it is unlocked. So you go through and you find very much a servant's entrance, a mud room where they are able to deposit their own extra coats, boots, whatever it is that they need to put here in this mud room before entering the house proper, which does lead from this space into a large, extensive pantry and then into the kitchen. As you are going into the kitchen, you have this beautiful, well-lit space, large windows with the curtains thrown open. There are two islands in this kitchen of marble and this beautiful, deep, stained cherry wood. And you're walking through, entering the kitchen, and standing there preparing a pot of tea is a tall, thin-looking man, maybe vaguely elvish, some elven heritage somewhere along the way, but older. And he just gives you a strange look. You can tell from his dress that this man is, if not the head butler, he does have some station here in the house.
Cool.
So, instead of just walking up to the door and saying, "Hey, I'm here," you completely walked into this man's back of his house unannounced?
Yep.
Okay.
Made more
Here
sense.
for it.
Classic.
Arm with him.
Classic Aspen.
Yeah, holding the arm, too, over his head like this.
Hey,
You walk in and this head butler.
Good afternoon.
He looks at the clock.
Is it morning or afternoon right now?
It's 8 a.m. So
I often lose track of time. Good morning, then.
can I help you?
Oh, right. I'm sure he didn't tell you. I was stopping by for a visit today to go over a script proposal that he has.
And you chose to come in through the help entrance?
Oh, is that what that was? I don't know. I hopped the hedge. It was a closer shortcut.
Let me escort you to our dining space.
That sounds excellent.
Will be served shortly.
Oh, you don't have to dote on me. I'm just here for the visit.
Yes. This way. He takes you through the house that you were actually here just 2 nights ago.
Yes.
You walk past that large entertaining space through the foyer with those stairs that go upward, sort of curving out into a balcony, not quite unlike the Reverie Estate. It is very similar, maybe even similar architects, or maybe even the same architect from one house to the other. But you are guided through to a very large dining room that overlooks the garden that is currently being maintained by the staff of the Vandelaire Estate. Very large table spread out, could easily sit 20 people or so. And he walks past it, guiding you along the way to a table in the corner that has a gramophone set up on it. There's a large like a large bonsai tree that's also there in a very sort of tacky way that like this and this don't go together, including there's the large porcelain vase sitting on the ground next to it. It's odd decor. You get the vibe of like, this is the kids' table when large events are happening. He pulls out a plush, high-backed chair for you and gestures maybe a little bit too grandly at it.
Don't you know who he is?
Excellent. Aspen's gonna plop down into the chair. If you don't mind, I'll take a martini extra dry, 2 olives. Onion is fine if you don't have the olives.
Of course. Right away.
It's 8 a.m.
Yeah.
It's the afternoon, you guys. What are you talking about?
Leave my tropes alone, Sean.
Maybe you would like that with a crumpet or a scone, perhaps.
Scone sounds delicious. I'll dunk it in the martini. That's great.
Of course you will.
Oh my god.
Aspen, I'm high society. I know how to act around all these people.
Is Skia the only normal sibling, and they're the ones that biologically extend their arm into the thorny mass?
Yeah,
The
the body horror one is
Yeah,
the only one
is
that.
the
Yeah, Skia
Has
is
social
normal
skills.
and has a normal job. Everything's normal.
Then I think Aspen siblings know that Aspen just likes fucking with people.
Oh yeah, but
Like-
it's still funny.
Okay, Sean, that's a good reminder because we didn't actually grow up with you. That's like cool. Yeah.
A few moments pass, during which Aspen is just left alone to his own devices.
Well, let's take a martini here.
Oh, and it. I should point out that Aspen, you hear coming from the kitchen absolutely nothing. Nobody is shaking a martini. Nobody is preparing a scone for you.
Oh.
Rude.
It's a rude way to treat a guest, but okay.
After a few moments, Zachariah Vandelaire himself arrives, accompanied by this head butler. Now, Zachariah is very much in a morning attire. He's, he still has on like a fine shirt and a cravat, dress pants, but he's got one of those like silken robes on, like the deep red silken robe with like the black fur collar, and
All right, Hefner.
yeah, definitely a little Hefner, and his hair looks as if it's been somewhat hastily wetted and then combed. And he marches into the room, stomping in your direction, which the effect is somewhat lost in the length of the journey that he has to come over to get to you. But Zachariah arrives in front of you. Is your echoes?
Mr. Vandelaire.
You were a troublesome child. You and your siblings from across the way, and I had thought, after seeing you and your gripping performance in Greatness Absconded, that perhaps you had matured. I should not be as surprised as I am to find how wrong I was to hear that you have skirted my hedge, come in through the servants' entrance, accosted the head of my household staff.
You're the head.
And this is the second night in a row that has passed that you seem to be hounded by the forces of the Negotiators. Now, I have in my employ someone who is willing to march across the street and inform our good friends in uniform of exactly who is in my house. Please make your intentions very clear to me, because if you are here to follow up on the appointment that we set last night, you may do so by coming through the front door.
Ah!
Shut the
Mr.
fuck
Vandelair.
up.
Frozen.
First, obviously addressing what is happening down the street. I haven't the foggiest idea why they are there. I don't know if you're aware that I have spoken maybe a dozen words to my father in the last decade, and what his business is that happens over there is no longer mine. The simple fact that I was there yesterday was because my siblings were back in town, and what they got up to, I do not know as well. And please, do not judge me on the past and what we've done. I have clearly shown that I am well beyond that young child that I was. Look at the success that I have built in these last 10 years without my siblings. And if you wish to lump me into their shenanigans, clearly the night they're back in town, and he gestures towards the street. Coincidence? But I do believe in keeping my promises, and that is something that I gave you yesterday when I said I would be here this morning for the appointment. Seeing what was going on down the street, I wanted to keep my hands clean of all the shenanigans and everything that's happening down there, and I entered through the back. I am sorry for that. I believed it was going to be easier for everyone if we didn't have whatever is happening there coming over to your house. I apologize for getting defensive.
Ridiculous.
Sean, I have to say that was an excellent de-escalation. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
De-escalation.
And
De-escalation.
roll for a constitution save so we can't smell the shit you're spewing.
It's so much. What am I rolling?
I suppose it could be deception if you felt
Deception or persuasion are the same, so I guess deception probably, right?
Because you were scaling that back wall just for fun.
I rolled a 17 and a 16 on the die.
Nice.
So 17 plus 9 for 26.
Fire the butler. Yeah, fire the butler.
It's a butler.
Make him rub my
How
feet.
dare you?
Zechariah turns to the head of the staff. Thank you, Reginald, for, as always, your supreme service. Ms. Your Echoes, that was, if my memory serves, a martini and a scone.
Wow.
Extra dry, Reggie.
Oh no!
On what? Both of them?
Extra dry scone. I think the butler, Reginald, stiffens a little bit. Zachariah says, perhaps something a little more appropriate for the morning, Ms. Your Echoes?
I suppose a halfling coffee would be fine.
Halfling coffee we can both do, thank you. The scones, yes. And if you would fetch that script for me. Oh, and please inform the missus that Ms. Your Echoes will be joining us for breakfast.
The missus?
The missus.
Okay. You were role playing away from
Who's the missus? Do I remember the missus?
Oh, hello.
Zachariah Vandelaire's wife, much further away from the public eye. As far as a neighbor goes, she was always kinder than the Mr. Vandelaire. Not the matronly neighbor who's gonna like bake you guys cookies or anything. But she's also not gonna yell at you for being in the trees. So Aspen, you enjoy, maybe not the right word, you are subjected to a breakfast that does move away from the kids' table and then to the large dining space with Zachariah Vandelaire sitting at the head of the table, his wife on his right side, you sitting to the left. His wife is a great fan of your work, going as far back as some of your stage performances, but as of late has been doting on your role in Greatness Absconded, and is fangirling sort of at the table in a very polite way. You are served a warm coffee that has a sort of a halfling's like sort of milk liqueur in it that is filled with warm spices, cinnamon, nutmeg. There's some pumpkin in there, as well as like a hint of like a banana in there as well.
Banana, interesting choice.
Yeah, it's a very warm, very hearty coffee to it that will give you, depending on how many cups you have, a small morning buzz. There are some beautiful cranberry and orange scones, as well as breakfast potatoes are served, large sausages, and then a sort of like a breakfast egg salad as well.
He's going to spend this sort of breakfast doing his best to sort of butter up the Vanderleys, complimenting the house, the food, sort of giving them stories of the movie biz and like funny instances that go on, and just giving a sort of, the performance of just trying to kind of win them over, adding in some apologies for what happened at the party, all the above.
Yeah. Well, then, in that case, go ahead and roll a performance check.
With advantage, because there's already butter there.
It's true.
Nat 1. He slips, falls, pulls her dress fully off the building.
It's a 10.
10?
Damn!
It's
Did you roll a 2?
It's a 10. I rolled a 3.
Okay, damn.
Okay.
Dang.
Mrs. Vandelaire is eating it up.
Perfect.
Just enraptured with the stories that you have to tell about the business. She loves hearing about what is it? Death on the Sister. That a gripping mystery that she saw it in theaters no less than 6 times, and was just flawed by her performance. Hearing you speak of Greatness Absconded and the research that you did into the Sorcerer's Civil War to take on that role and everything that happened behind the scenes, nearly has her in tears. The attention that you are getting from his wife very clearly makes Zachariah uncomfortable and irritated.
No. We'll reel it back.
Yeah.
Tone it down.
Yeah. It's like you start to notice her. It's by no means like sexual interest. She's not like playing footsies under the table with you. But there's definitely a starstruck awe that she has. And yeah, Zachariah, not the richest man in the world, but in the top 5 easily, probably
sure.
Second, if not third. He does not love the attention that you are getting from his wife.
So Aspen's plan of win over the missus to win over the mister is not working. So he's gonna pivot. And just reel that back in.
Finishes like a third mug of the coffee. Now, I have a busy day ahead, Monsieur Echoes. I would pass this script along to you. I have made some notes through it. It's not a finished draft, of course, but I would love to hear what you think of it and your... He looks over at his wife. Potential interest in the leading role.
Should I read it now? I have time.
Yes.
Yes, you have time.
Between projects, of course. Anyways, I have to get ready for the day, of course. Might Reginald see you out? Maybe through the front this time.
Where the dining room is it towards the front of the house? Are there windows?
No, you can see the garden from the dining room. There, you cannot see the Reverie Estate from this angle.
If it's all well and good, Mr. Vanderlei, I would still love to avoid whatever problems are happening at my old home.
Speaks up. Well, of course, those negotiators, they of course, have the right things in mind, but I feel they go about it all the wrong way. That dreadful business. Did you see the papers earlier today about what happened over at Spire? Just truly dreadful. We're members at Spire. We lunch there almost twice weekly. And this, can you imagine? We might have been there. I would have never eaten again. Not there, anyways, of course. Now, those negotiators, obviously, to be avoided by folk like us.
So you read about that in the paper. Such a shame.
Yes, I believe Zachariah. If Mr. Echoes would like to use the back exit, he may, of course.
If I look down at the script, does it have a title?
The title of this script, a number of them have been scratched out, but the one that's there is Runaway Lovers, and then like Runaway Train, but
Right.
then a more feminine hand has added the word absconded at the end, and then that's just been crossed out.
Aspen looks down at the script, reading the title, looks over to Zachariah Vanderlei, and says, Runaway Lovers, written and produced by Zachariah Vanderlei. And like gesturing like it's a billboard across.
Accidentally prestidigitation's an actual marking.
Erase.
That's funny.
Kills both of them.
Well,
Leaves out the front.
we got 2 mansions now. Great.
I do like the sound of this.
So looking at the script, it's so much thicker than it should be. Greatness Absconded, your most recent and most successful film, was a silent film. They're all silent, but intentionally silent. Before that, there was Death on the Sister, which was a murder mystery and does require a read-along when it is projected onto a screen.
Cool.
A small cast of local performers reading along. Even that murder mystery, and that film about an hour and a half, much, much smaller script than this. You're looking at this manuscript that you think if a full cast were to read along with this film, you're looking at 5 to 6 hours.
Perfect.
And Zachariah says, yes, that I've made some edits, of course, and that my people seem to think that it's a bit trite in some areas, but I think with enough emphasis on the economics behind the rail lines, it could be quite successful.
Here's what I believe, Mr. Vanderlei, Zachariah, Zach.
Ooh.
How much do you want this film to be produced?
I have the means, Monsieur Echoes.
There is 1,000 great scripts out there. Really, there are. There's this fantastic writers that can make magic from nothing.
Careful.
This business is about two things: who you know and whose palms you can grease. You know what I'm saying?
Zero Echoes, are you asking me for money?
Like I said, how much do you wish this film to be made? Now, before we get in ahead of ourselves, I believe that if you want to be the producer on this film, it is very easy for that. But if you want this to move faster rather than at a snail's pace as it can take, we might need some coin to put in some palms.
That hurry up and wait, as they say in the industry. Yes. Well, look it over, Ms. Your Echoes, and send it along to your friend, Forge Tookus, and maybe we can meet again in a week or so. And we can discuss exactly what it might cost to make such a thing. And should you have any friends in Parliament, then maybe you can get them to move along with the motions for such a rail line to be finally constructed to connect our great country. And then, well, I don't think we should have any lack of funds.
I would love nothing more.
I will be getting on to my daily tasks. Thank you for stopping by. And if you and your friend, Director Tookus, would reach out to me, we will make plans for a meeting next week. Yes, you obviously know where to find me. Thank you, Your Echoes, for honoring our appointment in your own way.
If you wish to get the wheels turning faster, you could send me with a small stipend and I could do some greasing. I'm rather good at that fact.
Go ahead, roll a persuasion check.
Take his money. Take his money.
Oh, these rolls are terrible. This dice is going in the corner. 11.
He smiles. No, I don't think that will be necessary today. However, reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out a small card, hands it over to you. Yes, cigar did exactly the trick last evening. We'll be hearing from you. Turns and walks deeper into the house.
Aspen rises, and one last thing, Mr. Vanderlei, just out of curiosity, did you ever get the name of that cleaning service?
Thank Christ!
He gestures to the card that he handed you.
Oh. Okay, and he reads the card.
Just in his own script on there. It's his own business card, but then on the back, just in his own script, crystal clear linens.
Oh.
Aspen raises the card and nods to Mr. Vanderlei. Mrs. Vanderlei, pleasure as always.
Yes. Well, look forward to seeing you again.
And he will follow the butler out the back.
Hell yeah. Okay, I want to move on. That was great. Excellent work.
Nice.
Skia stepping out from the temple that Aspen had led you all to the night before and spending the night there. You, Penth, Thomas, all leave from there and you separate to go to your place of work, the Veterans Memorial Hospital, where you are able to put in your request for your PTO that you have accrued over the course of your time working there. It goes through its proper channels, is approved. There is some complaint just with everything that's going on. You know, the hospital always so busy. Just these materials just keep going missing. We're not getting these shipments in. Everything is just, rooms are overflowing, and there's this whole address later today, and everybody's worried about that. And anyways, your PTO is approved.
Hey!
You have the next 10 days
Wow, that's like 2 whole weeks.
free of... It is. A week in Center Ring is 5 days.
Right.
You have a full 2 weeks without the responsibility or stress of your evening shifts at the VMH. Leaving the hospital to make your way towards the address in the parliamentarian district of Faroth, there are a number of different avenues that you can take to get there. Faroth has a lightning-powered, an electric trolley, essentially, that does travel the city. There is the steam caravan that travels the 2 stations from one end of Faroth to the other. You could, if you were moving from ice-going to sea-going, you could take one of the ferries, but from where you're going at VMH, you're traveling dawnward towards the parliamentarian district. A number of different avenues that you can take, and you can really see throughout your travel of Faroth. Fall is a beautiful time. The various trees throughout the city starting to change their hue. It is cooler today than it has been in quite some time. And the red brick rooftops of the city and the brown sort of goldenish brick of most of the buildings, with its various buildings of mirroring each other, so that you can get lost in the residential district so easily, because it does sort of circle on each other. There's the halfway that just is almost this beautiful repeating street again and again and again, and then traveling through there, just ice-going of yourself, is the arts quarter of Faroth. You can see from the VMH, you can see that beacon, that landmark of Faroth, the Museum of the History of the Alliance and its peoples, with its beautiful clock that towers over the city. This not just a clock that tells the time, but an astronomical clock that tells of the cosmos and where the planets are in this beautiful, intricate piece of machinery and art. The great snake that cuts through Faroth, shining and beautiful and clean and clear. Making your way towards the parliamentarian district, where the fate of essentially the world is decided. The Faroth being the largest city and the capital of the Golden Alliance, the Golden Alliance being the largest and supreme nation in the world. You are at the capital of everything. And the parliamentarian district is where it all happens. This is where laws are decided. This is where the most important people who shape the world do it here. As you're making your way through towards this, well, how are you feeling about the upcoming address by some of the leadership of the WASP agency?
A bit nervous and some anxiety, because they seem to be moving with more aggression recently. Yeah. There've been an increase in people coming into the hospital. We ran into them last night. Whatever they're up to, it seems to be accelerating. So Skia feels like something big might be happening or being announced.
As beautiful as the day is, there is that sort of overlying tension in the air. A number of people reading the newspapers, you can see with every headline that glares out at you about what is going to happen today. Across the various trolleys and through the streets, you can hear people talking about it, feeling every sort of emotion across the spectrum leading up towards this address by the WASP leadership. And you're making your way and approaching, almost entering parliamentarian district, a cry comes out, a chant that you hear. Just a single voice cutting through the crowd. The way of learning is the path of the sun. Those who walk it shall know his rewards. Continue forward and hear the same voice. Those who embrace ignorance will feel his rebuke. Large gulf around one man who stands in the center of the street. He's holding a book in one hand. He has relatively normal clothes on, a casual suit of a sort of like cream color with a dark shirt. He's got a bald, shaved head. Human man who's calling out to people who are passing by. In the other hand, he holds one of the newspapers. That has come out with the headline today, and is just sort of like beating it towards people as you approach, your hooves clopping along. Looks towards you and smiles. The way of learning is the path of the sun, and those who walk it shall know his rewards. Tell me, are you on your way to the address?
Yes. But I'm kind of in a hurry.
Yes, I'm on my way there myself, just trying to, well, let these people know that these negotiators, they're bullies, and we need to step up. We need to show them that we won't accept it. The path of ignorance should not be accepted. He's like sort of calling out to people, and a lot of people getting
Crazy guy.
Yeah.
He smiles at you.
Will you say it again? The path of learning, or the way of learning is the path of the
The
sun.
way of the learning is the path of the sun, S-O-N.
Oh, damn. Okay, continue.
Those who walk it shall know his rewards.
So,
Oh, you're saying S-O-M,
Are-
not S-O-N?
S-O-N, sun. Like,
Oh, okay, yeah.
sun.
Are these the school of the prodigal sons?
This,
people?
Actually, Skia, you live in Faroth. Go ahead and roll a history check.
History check.
I was excited when it was S-U-N.
What is
You're not excited that it's S-O-N?
19.
Fuck religion.
Cool. You would recognize this as someone who refers to themselves as a teacher. They are known as teachers, and they are a member of the School of the Prodigal Son, which is, they would not call it a religion. It's definitely not a school. It resembles a religion more than anything else, and a teacher, as they call themselves, is very similar to the role of like a priest. It's a very new religion that is so far largely just enclosed within Faroth. There are it has a single localized headquarters. The founder of the school is a human man in his late 50s. The religion, the school itself, has been around for about 30 years at this point. A little less than 30 years, so a little younger than you are. So probably 25, 26 years or so. And they try to spread the teachings of this figure, the prodigal son, who from what you know of their teachings, of their verses, the world is not right, not as it should be, and at some point the prodigal son will return and make things as it's supposed to be.
I agree that something probably should be done. I've noticed increased aggression with negotiators as well recently. But you should be careful. If you draw too much attention to yourself, you may draw their attention. And like you say, they are bullies.
Yes.
They tend to strike at night.
Yes, and as bullies, they would strike me down right here in the middle of the street, just for everyone to see. Thank you, my friend, for your concern. Yes, perhaps I should be more careful. Well, it's good to find like-minded individuals.
Yeah, at least on this. I do agree with you. Negotiators.
Hold on.
The negotiators, I'm worried that it's going to get out of hand soon.
They fight to quell and quench what magic remains in this world, and magic is a natural part of the world, even if it cannot be understood. It's like I know nothing about mosses or mushrooms or lichens or the spores that connect us all or connect them all. But that doesn't mean it's not part of the world. And I feel that those should be protected and understood. Understanding should be something that we aspire to, not something that we try to shoot down in silence.
Well, I'm all for that. Researching and understanding things is a big part of my job. So, yeah.
Well, these negotiators, they couldn't be more untrue to their title. They don't want discourse. They don't want challenges to their way of thinking. They've chosen ignorance. And it's no wonder that magic, what little of it is left, doesn't favor them. And the prodigal son will rebuke them upon his return.
Upon his return, was this prodigal son was it a real person?
Oh, now you got to talk about their clergyman.
I'm sorry I hope you don't feel that I have forced the conversation. If you're interested in the prodigal son, I could tell you more, but that's not the point of today and of these demonstrations, of their address, whatever it is that they choose to say. I doubt it's an apology or a commitment to change. I spend a lot of my evenings at Curiotech. Are you familiar? It's a jazz club over in the Arts District.
I can't say that I've been there before. Why, do more of the prodigal sons, is that where you all hang out?
Well, we have a school over in the arts quarter that you are, of course, welcome to come by. I'd be happy to see you there. Your name was?
My name is Skia.
Ackroyd.
Was it Acrid?
Ackroyd.
Like Dan Aykroyd.
Like Dan Ackroyd.
Like Dan Aykroyd.
Ackroyd.
I'm spelling it like that.
Yeah, that's how I spelled it. Well, it's a pleasure to see you. Skia, please. I won't take any of your time. You mentioned you're in a rush.
Yes.
Be safe. Be safe
All right.
at the address, and I'll be with some of my friends, fellow teachers and students of the Prodigal Son later at Curiotech, and I'd be happy to continue our conversation there if you'd be interested.
If I have time, I've got a lot going on right now. Well, I'll make note of it. Curiotech. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Speak Dwarven?
Does Skia speak Dwarven? No, just giant, primordial, and celestial.
Just beings beyond comprehension, but not dwarves.
Yeah, what are dwarves?
I speak goddamn Golden Alliance in the list. That's what
I speak Golden Alliance.
nothing else.
This is the Gulf of the Golden Alliance!
Stupid.
Yeah.
I speak Common. You can take yourself iceberg.
You can't call it Vathis anymore.
That's right.
All right. Ackroyd again wishes you to be safe at the address and goes back to his prophesizing.
Good job, Ackroyd.
Yeah, Skia will keep moving, being like, thinking in their head, at least there's other people who aren't really liking the Negotiators' aggression.
Thomas and Pence, disguised as a homeless man who smells like piss, and Thomas not.
It smells like piss, but for other reasons.
Yeah.
I asked specifically not to be pissed on, but here we are.
So, real quick, we agreed when we split up to meet up at the rally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you two left to do your thing, and we just like waited around and then left.
When is the address?
2 p.m.
So that's only 6 hours. Could I have just taken a longer nap and done long rest?
I was gonna say I'm sleeping in.
All right, I'll sleep in and get myself a long rest.
Yeah, Penth, if you want that long rest now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! All right, so Penth just
I'm
like
not
gets in
waking
his.
you up.
Yeah, I come in. I think I don't even wake up when they come in. They don't realize how much like that I've done what I've done, and I'm just like still conked out in the corner.
I'm glad that
But Aspen has dressed me like a homeless man that smells like piss already before. he
Thomas
left.
doesn't wake
Perfect.
up on,
Yeah.
so
Great. I'll take my spell slots back.
cool.
The two of you making your way across the city to get to the address in time.
We sleep a little too long. We're like, shit, it's 1. Like,
And you have to take the shortest path.
Yeah.
You know, Skia was able to, do had to go out of the way to go to their job, to put in their PTO, and then go, you guys have to get the fastest way,
Cool.
which is going to mean much of your trip is through the shadow of Faroth, which is the exact opposite of what Skia saw in their trip. You don't get to see that polished,
okay, yeah.
that shining, gleaming side of Faroth, which truly is a beautiful city.
Yeah.
But it has its darker, its less well-off communities. It has those that have been forgotten or discarded by the population, by their own circumstances, those who are scraping the very bottom of the proverbial barrel that is Faroth in order to get what they can to get by. This side of Faroth is not one that's often seen by people who are familiar with the city because they know to avoid it. Honestly, that might be how you spent a large part of your various childhoods. You both left home at 18. I don't know that, apart from your various sneaking outs, I don't know how often you guys would have seen the shadow.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd say it's been a while since stepping foot in the shadow, and I think Penth does avoid it, because I think maybe the last time he was in the shadow, he was in Negotiator garb.
Ooh, cool.
So I think he tends to keep to himself in this area lest he is recognized by the fact that he's a 6'6", 6'7", like, hulking of a person. I don't think he wants people to realize that he's the same person that might have been harassing people just 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah. There are a number of other people, it's certainly not common, but you're not the only person in Faroth who has some giantish ancestry. And there are other large individuals as well, the occasional Minotaur or Centaur that walks the streets of Faroth. In the shadow, most people know to keep to themselves.
There's a lot of interaction.
Even, if you were going through the halfway, you would see an occasional constable or a constable patrolling the streets. Maybe the, here or there you might see like a paddy wagon doing its patrol. Not here. Here in the shadow, everybody has been put to the side, and whatever happens here is their own problems, as long as it doesn't leak into
Keep it contained.
greater Faroth.
Damn. Penth, are you okay with you leading the way? Because I bet you have a better memory of this city than I do.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Leading the way through the shadow. Did you want, or is there any way, like, anywhere in the shadow you wanted to stop at, or were you just sadly making your way through?
I'm worried we're gonna be late for meeting our siblings. So I think I'll be behind you, and I'll do the job of like looking over my back every once in a while.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just acknowledge the shadow. I don't think we're mean. I think we just walk
Yeah.
through and we make our way towards the demonstration / address.
Yeah, we're not running, but like a no bullshit pace.
Yeah.
Correct.
Like keeping his head down,
Yeah.
knows where he's going. Thomas, the city's sort of coming back to you. You didn't spend a lot of time in this area. Definitely didn't spend a lot of time in the Parliamentarian District on the other side of the city. So the further away you get from, where you stayed the night in that derelict temple, still wasn't too far away from the Reverie Estate. And the further you get from it, the less you know of the city. Keeping up with Penth best you can. Going through the shadow, there is, the occasional person who might come up to you and ask if you have any money to spare and whatnot. There is one moment where you are briefly distracted by from an alleyway. There's a man sort of slumped over in an alleyway. You see him, Penth, continuing to walk ahead. This man slumped over, and he's got a duster jacket on, not unlike yours.
Yeah.
This like bright blonde hair, and a sort of scraggly beard. Not wearing a shirt under the duster jacket.
Nice.
It's a flasher.
Very, like, a little too thin for comfort. Clearly under the influence of a narcotic.
Yeah.
Will you go ahead? Will you roll a medicine check for me?
Yes. Ooh, cool. 11 on the dice. What in the world is Thomas's medicine? +2, so 13.
Okay. Now, Thomas, you have not personal knowledge or not like personal experience in many drugs and addictive substances, but you're familiar with the world and people who have dealt in those things. You can clearly tell from your experiences and the people that you've known and what the past few years have been like. This man is under the effects of green dust. And from what you can tell, he's been a victim of it for quite some time, based on the darkness of his teeth and his gums.
Is he in like withdrawal symptoms?
No, he is currently
on it. Okay.
Currently hallucinating. He, as you approach, looks at you. No, you're not in focus. I see a sunken city. I see the funny mushrooms, and they're towering giants. I see.
Okay.
Isn't it terrifying?
Yep. Yeah, scary, dude.
Eyes everywhere. Eyes. No, the eyes. No.
I look to make sure Ben's not too far away.
You can see Penn. He hasn't turned.
Yeah,
He's still
cool.
walking down.
Being a street churro, just minding my own business.
He used to pull them out, He used to pull them out. Pull the eyes from their own heads to protect themselves. To protect themselves from the eyes. The eyes. Give me yours. Let me help you. Give me your eyes. Give me your eyes.
I like hit him in a pressure point to like make him drop.
Go ahead, roll them tap.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm eating churro.
9 plus. What's my attack? Like Dex on there?
Yeah. Plus your proficiency bonus.
Oh.
You send it?
14.
Yeah. So as he goes and he's reaching for your eyes, and you can see like the darkness of his teeth and his gums and his tongue and his saliva. He's like, reaching for your eyes, fairly Gollum style. You're able to just
I do like classic like karate chop to the neck.
Yeah. And he's able, he sort of like drops away from you, and he like scurries deeper into the alley, like through a puddle, and is just watching you as you run off to follow and catch up.
I'll like shake myself and like make sure he didn't like scratch me or anything.
No, you're all right.
And I'll go, and I'll sprint back to catch back up with Ben, and like I'm a little out of breath because I had to jog a block, so I'll just be like, man, did you know like Dreamheads are just like.
Yeah, Dream Dust. Well, it just sometimes they'll try to meet up and we'll be like, hey, do you Dream Dust in play? And I said, no, I don't Dream Dust in play. And I just hate when people keep asking like that's their only requirement is to meet up. Is like, do you Dream Dust? And it's like, no, I don't really feel like doing that.
right, well, maybe stick with that because I can tobacco. Anyway, we're good.
Sorry, that's a very specific gay niche joke for just
Party and play.
That's just me. That's just for me and Evan.
Good. Thank you though.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
I don't need a red party balloon emoji. Thank you.
As you guys arrive through the parliamentarian district, the foot traffic starts to become a little heavier, especially as this commencement is beginning underway. Many people have come out. You know, it's not uncommon for figures in the government of Feroth to make public statements, and for like news outlets to be there, for reporters to be there.
We're all in like the nice part of town.
Yeah.
So we're back together?
Nice part of town.
Well,
no, not yet.
Okay.
We're in the same region.
Chancellor's district, right?
The Chancellor's district. You guys are all arriving at that parliamentarian square, and it's a large crowd has been gathering. So there's going to be some finding of each other through the crowd, and we'll just sort of glance over that in a second. But as you are arriving, it's Pent and it's Thomas who are making their way into the crowd, and Pent disguised as he is.
Just everyone's giving me like a 5-foot berth because I just smell just like piss and shit.
Honestly, there's not a lot of room. Like, a lot of people.
I was gonna ask.
No, it's a hint of piss. It wasn't a lot of piss. It was a hint of piss.
Question. So like, it's like a big town square.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's buildings around us, and there's a lot of people. I kind of wanted to have at least Thomas, but you do not. Like we find like a street lamp or like a museum. You know how like you're in the city and there's like the big like marble stairs going up to like a bank or a museum, and like you can like kind of get up on a street lamp and like see overheads. I kind of wanted to get like a perch.
Okay.
That I can see things better.
So Thomas is looking out for a perch.
Hashtag.
Pent.
That's my D&D role.
Pent is a perch. Like Pent looks
Ooh.
out over.
Yeah, if I get my name, I'll sit on his shoulder.
Yeah. And you know,
I think that draws too much attention to two people that have already like been seen with by negotiators together. So I think you may try that, but like, go on the light pole. I don't want people to think we're together.
Come on. I guess we're not 10. Sorry.
as the crowds begin closing in, Pent, a young woman comes up to you.
Oh, sorry.
Very definition of vibrant. She's got these bright red-orange hair, flushed cheeks, full chest, sort of earth green eyes, bright smile, beautiful.
Not interested, thank you.
Beautiful red dress. And she walks right up to you.
Keep walking,
crowd.
babe.
And as she does so, before you can even stop her, she grabs your very much larger hand, and you feel her place something in your hand and close it. And then as you do so, as you close it, she has placed a string, a small string, really just like a few inches, 8 inches maybe from end to end, that she's wrapped around one of your fingers, and she just delicately is tying it. And she looks up at you and she gives you this bright, this beautiful, dazzling smile. She says to you, "You were destined for great things, Pent." And she ties the string, gives your closed fist just like a gentle little pat, another bright smile, and she walks off into the crowd.
I cast Ray of Enfeeblement.
We already established it. Thomas is like looking that way. He misses the whole.
That's true. He missed the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call up to Thomas, be like, "Redhead, tracker. Redhead.
Redhead
I guess no, track the redhead that's walking away. She's attracted to other people, but I don't know.
Who?
Track the attractive
Redhead
edges.
just-
What? Yeah. What are you talking about? I'll look. I'll listen and look.
Yeah,
Do I see?
Pent is like trying to like.
Do I see
the
some
redhead.
redhead?
The redhead. You need to track tiny bouncy curls. Redhead, big bright smile. You can't see it. She's probably walking that way. It's a woman, so I know we don't see them very well, but like.
Redhead women.
Redhead over there. It's like that. There's a whole family of redheaded halflings. Not
Classic.
I'd like to see. I'd like to do an Arcana check on the string.
So you look at this tiny piece of twine that's been wrapped around your finger. As you go to look at it, you notice she had also placed something in the palm of your hand.
Oh, I thought the string was the palm. Okay, no. What's in the palm? What's the note in the palm of my hand?
You see a coin.
Son of a... Okay, redhead, now we're getting it. Okay. I think I remove myself from Thomas for 2 seconds. As soon as I realize it's a coin, I try to follow her. And I'm okay with losing her in the crowd, but I will say I do, without telling I tell Thomas to track her, and I try to follow her.
Yeah, I'm dumb. I go, what? Huh?
So Thomas is like up on a lamppost, and is it what?
What
and
is
you
that?
go to follow this woman that you have lost in the crowd, and you take a few steps away, and then suddenly you can't anymore. Because that string that was tied around your finger, that string was about this long, and now it extends out and away from you through the crowd, and you see holding the other end of the string
Piece of shit.
A woman who is similar, not the exact same young woman that you had just seen. Oh, very similar. This could be her mom, almost definitely her mom. She's
Cool.
her hair, not as bright red, holds a few white streaks in it. She has small, soft wrinkles around the same bright green eyes. Her dress is a slightly darker maroon. And she holds that string, and you're 12 paces away from her, and she holds the other end of your string, and she says that you should not be able to hear over the crowd. But she says, listen to what she asks of you. And then stepping through the crowd, a third woman arrives. Incredibly old. She arrives right in front of her. Her hair is white. Her eyes are clouded. Wrinkles like old parchment, being kept too long in a pocket. And her dress is so red it's almost black, but certainly could be the mother of this second woman, the grandmother of the first. She says to you, and the death will be a glorious thing. And before you can react, she takes a pair of scissors,
God
ancient
damn it.
scissors, and cuts the taut string.
And are they still there after she cuts it, or do they?
No, they're gone.
Okay. I take the coin, which is still in my hands.
Yep.
And I'm naming the coin Moira.
Moira.
And it's this. This is. I have other coins before, but this is a coin that I'm gonna specially keep. That's the Greek word for fate, for those of you who want to know. And I think I'll go back to Thomas, but not before flipping it, seeing what it was, and then walking back to Thomas. All right, never mind.
Where'd you go?
It was just some prodigal son preacher. I don't know. They were just spouting nonsense, so I just went ahead and let her go.
Alright,
They're trying to get me to come back to their church. I just don't. I just can't stand
I'm
them.
back. Wait a minute.
Well, I mean,
I'm not
we're
there.
all
but I'm just curious.
follow
in real
her
life.
back to the church. You know what I mean? Not like
I've been looking for ski in the crowd.
At this point, I would say, with the dress about to begin, all four of you are present in this square, where you can see on there's a government building just at the front of it with large steps where a stage has been raised. And these electronic devices and speakers have been set up to project the voices of whoever it is will speak at the central podium that has one of those very 20s steampunk microphones at the center of it. A number of important looking individuals have begun to take spaces on the stage, a number of seats that have been reserved for politicians, for people of note. There is a tall man, very much like a silver fox kind of guy, bright white hair that's closely cropped and combed over. He wears a military uniform with a number of medals. Penth would know the Admiral Victor Schließmann, who's a former military commander and currently is serving as parliamentarian of the Gulf Shore district of the Golden Alliance. And he is the recognized leader of the paramilitary political party
Boo.
There is also a tall and broad Orcan fellow who wears a constable uniform with a number of epaulets and badges as well. He's probably in his late 50s or so. You all would know this man as Amon Sakara, who is the the constable bastion of Faroth, which is essentially the chief of police. He is in charge of Faroth's police department, the constables. There is an aging halfling woman on the stage. What used to be bright, vibrant yellow hair has faded to sort of like straw-colored hair. What used to be bright freckles are now sort of age spots. She's got wrinkles, and halfling's already small, and she's begun to hunch over a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
This is Marigold Bramble Brandy. She is the mayor of Faroth.
She's the mayor?
She's the mayor of Faroth.
I haven't written these down. I want
That's okay.
I'm writing them down.
I'll be able to send these to you as well. Now, keeping in mind that Faroth is, in the same way that like Washington D.C. is the capital of our nation, and there's like nationwide things that happen there, and then Washington D.C. has its own mayor that's in charge of the city itself.
Right.
This is the mayor of Faroth. She's in charge of the city. She's not in charge of the government.
She's not a Valentine Fire.
Right.
Yeah. As of recording today, September 16th, there is a mayor of Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Jeez. Timestamp that.
Good point, Alex. Thank you. And then another notable figure on the stage is a relatively young-looking, hard to tell at a distance if she's Orcan or Orc-ish, but a woman of Orcan descent, very attractive in a sort of like librarian sort of sense. Like she's very
Calm down, Pam.
She's
stealing my men.
very modestly dressed, professionally dressed, large glasses, taking notes as everything's happening, and just sort of looking over the other people on the stage. And Aspen, you would recognize this woman.
Yep.
Oh.
Now,
What's her name? I need to know this.
Well, I named the first three because you guys would know who those people are. If anybody else was to know who this Orcan woman would be, it would probably be Skia, who could make a history check if she wanted to.
Sure, why not? Who is it? I don't know. I got a name.
Skia doesn't know.
You don't know.
Skia's
I don't know who
probably
that is.
heard the name, but doesn't know like a face to put to the name. Before the address has even begun, the crowd is somewhat fiery. There are a line of constables before the steps to make sure nobody's like rushing up to face the important people who are there, and the aisle is like sort of being maintained with its own smaller podium facing the stage, so that later in this event, questions or comments from the public can be heard. There are also a number of negotiators present who are standing with the constables without the two of them blending. As of right now, the constables and the WASP negotiators are very much two different forces. Their jurisdictions overlap a little bit, but they themselves are not working together. Right. If the general vibe is to tell you anything. A number of people yelling at each other, and it's just spreading throughout the crowd, this discourse, this discontent that's starting. A number of people expressing support for the negotiators, a number of other people fear or rebuttal, rebuke of the negotiators. It's the feeling of a pot of water that's about to boil. It's very much the sense of what you all are getting here. A woman walks up to, amongst all of the chaos, a woman sort of storms up to one of the negotiators that's just standing there at attention, with mask on and looking forward. This woman walks right up, and our children are frightened, not of learning that they can use magic, but of what you'll do to them if they can. another man sort of comes to the defense and spit in his face and pushes her aside. This is the first line of defense we have against Arcanist burning our city to ground. You want Feroth to be another Texic or Myrrh?
Myrrh.
You were there for both of those, Evan.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Myrrh was... Texic and Myrrh were both raised to the ground by the source of civil war. As all of this chaos is just about to boil over, a woman steps forward onto the stage. Tall human woman with dark black hair that is beginning to go gray. Not in like silver streaks of gray, but just like almost like a Lin Beifong kind of starting to get there. She is wearing the uniform of Negotiators, but she also has a number of different badges that does indicate a station, an authority.
And I would recognize her, wouldn't I?
You sure would. The scar on her face is new to you, Penn. A deep scar that cuts across, like, from the cheek, and sort of gives her this cut through her lip. This is Commandant Helena.
Commandant.
She steps forward to that front podium, and her own superior presence, arms clasped behind her back, chin raised and looking over the crowd, doesn't immediately silence people, but pretty quickly it sort of ripples through the crowd. From behind her back, she pulls a number of papers, sets it on the podium, spreads it out.
Before she starts, have we found each other yet?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I feel like we, if like not all together, but like we have eyes on each other.
Yeah.
I want to place myself at the very back of this, though. I don't want to be anywhere near.
I feel like we're in a position that we can see most of the crowd.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I establish that before we get into the nonsense.
I'm right up front.
Yeah, Ski is up there eating popcorn right below Helena.
So that, no. Yeah, I imagine that with Thomas being sort of perched up on a lamp pole for like a little bit, Skia and Aspen would see that and then like gather all, and then, maybe Thomas comes down. With a clearing of her throat and of her notes. Good afternoon, fellow citizens. I am Commandant Helena Calathi, head of the Negotiator Department. I'd like to begin by thanking the Honorable Admiral Schliessen for his continual support of our office and the work that we do, as well as thank the Constable Bastion for continuing to adapt to the cohabitation of our two forces. I hope that as our presence grows, we may, in turn, adapt to working more comprehensively together. Lastly, I thank you, citizens of Feroth, for your support in our endeavors to keep our dear city safe. Now, in regards to the incident at hand, she looks down at the papers in front of her, but you will notice that she reads from them little. I have heard the reports and the eyewitness accounts of what occurred at Spire yesterday. Despite the salacious rumors spreading, the man who fell to his death was not pushed, coerced, chased, or in any way forced off of that rooftop. He stepped off of his own volition. As is common amongst those with magical abilities that bloom late in life, clearly this man was sick, unhealthy, drunk with his own newfound power, and unable to make rational decisions. The officers involved were attempting only to subdue and help a man who was obviously dangerous and unpredictable. They acted according to their best judgments and their extensive training in a stressful situation, concerned foremost for the safety of all that were present, and I commend them. The result was a tragic display, but it could have been far worse. Despite what we as individuals might believe, magic and its use is not illegal. Not until our leadership chooses to make it so. However, we have precautions in place for a reason. Arcanists must be registered within the WASP database. The scope of their abilities must be documented and known. They must be tested regularly on the state of their mental and emotional stability.
She can't even speak.
Permits must be obtained that describe in detail what magic they are allowed to perform, how often, when, and on what scale. These are the laws. To ignore them, as the man from yesterday did, is a crime. It is the role of the workforce of Arcanist surveillance and protection to find those terrorists who would keep their abilities hidden, secrets that put the lives of our lawmen, our children, and everyone in our city at risk. So far, our negotiators have excelled in this mission, and I am pleased to announce that we will be expanding this force to Tobin and Betamon at the beginning of next year. Additionally, our office will be drawing up a plea to our nation's government to consider making the WASP Arcanist database a public reference, so that all citizens may know what to expect from their friends and neighbors. The days of living in fear of what natural laws a stranger can break should be behind us. Publicly identifying Arcanists is a harsh, yet crucial step in the road to eliminating the threat of Arcanists, and we hope that our elected officials will see reason in this proposal. We appreciate your support in keeping your streets safe, and will now be taking questions and comments.
Yeah,
There are cameras. And she, very clearly not taking questions or comments, takes her form, her notes, and leaves the podium. There is another man in a not in a uniform of the negotiators, but a lesser politician of the paramilitary party that steps forward to take questions, to hear opinions of the various crowd. And then just as a reminder to each of you, because I realized as I was writing all of this that I should make it clear. So WASP is a government agency that should arguably should employ people from all spectrums of political leanings and political parties and opinions and whatnot. Very much in the way of like the Department of Homeland Security is a government agency. That being said, over the past few decades, the paramilitary party has made a point of filling roles in the WASP. In WASP with people of their own ideologies and opinions. And then the negotiators are a branch of WASP. So it's like WASP is a section of the government, much as like Homeland Security, and then negotiators are like, is TSA included in Homeland Security? It's like a sub-branch. Yeah. So that's like a way of looking at it. It's like negotiators are a sub-branch of WASP, which is a branch of the government. A number of people step forward to make their to make their support of WASP known. A number of people step forward to ask questions about the details of WASP and negotiators. So the negotiator force extending to Tobin and Betamon coming in the next year. There are some but few details given on that. Really, my question for you all is, of the four of you, would any of you have something to say publicly?
No. I would...
It's fine. I wasn't counting on it. I just wanted to make sure you had the opportunity.
I would have to roll for charisma because I'd be as a homeless, stinky man trying to make a speech.
Yeah, I don't think Spear would be.
Do we see anybody from the Sun, like Church of the Sun nonsense speak?
There are a few teachers present who are there, not necessarily representing the school of the Prodigal Son. Yeah, but they're in the crowd.
I would do it for the sole purpose of like drawing attention to any of the four of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already kind of in hot water with these guys.
A little bit, yeah. That just leaves you, Aspen.
Aspen is not publicly speaking to these people.
That's fine. That's all I wanted to know.
I was like, of the four of us,
He's standing in the back going, yep, sure is a bad time to be an Arcanist. Huh?
All my stick around for some of the people who are expressing their opinions. Just as things are starting to boil over, opinions are being expressed and getting louder, and not violence is like happening, but people are getting a little bit more hyped. A dwarf steps up to this citizen's podium. Older dwarf, mostly white in his beard, maybe some reminiscent of like brown hair, but he's, aged. As far as dwarves go, easily past 300. He steps up to the podium, and it looks for a moment like he's not quite sure what to say. And he takes a few deep breaths, and around him, again, very similar to the Commandant, a calm sort of ripples through the crowd, and you may notice a number of people near the dwarf sort of leaning towards him.
Can we Arcana check anything?
So I will say, because you are a citizen of Center Ring, dwarves cannot use magic. Full stop. No dwarf can use magic. It's not a thing that dwarves can do. It's just sort of a natural charisma that he has. And after thinking for a moment, and as the crowd and the vehemence of it dies down a little bit, the dwarf begins to speak, looking mostly towards the stage, where some politicians still remain. Occasionally turning to the crowd, he says, "Many of you weren't there. Don't remember what it was like in the old days. So let me tell you." He's got this nostalgic air to his voice as he says, "Magic was everywhere. It got us around. It kept us in touch. It provided entertainment and sport. Every day you were surrounded by it, whether you had it or not, but you didn't question it. You trusted it. It had always been there, always provided, never failed. When the Yarman began their conquest, I felt it was my duty as a dwarf to enlist in the Golden Alliance's forces. I received glares and slurs, ignorant people asking if I would be fighting my own brothers. I wanted to show people of this country that Yarman are not the only dwarves who can fight, not the only ones who can raise a weapon, not when one needs to defend their home. I was sent to the infantry. I was there when our alliance was chased away from the Gulf. I was part of the 8% of my battalion that survived the Battle of Betamon. Did you hear me? 8%. When we got word that the sorcerers refused to help, I wept. I wept like everyone else there. I didn't understand their decision, but I knew we were doomed without them. We needed the Arcanists. And then when the siege of this city was happening, I was out there in the mud and the blood and the shit, trapped like a rat in a maze in the trenches, the scars of which you can still see to this day. Every day, I asked myself where they were, why they wouldn't help, and how much longer I thought I'd survive. And then, one day, he came. Ramses Ezra. He appeared stepping through the sunlight like a doorway, not 15 feet from me, he looked right at me and he said, "You fight alone no longer." I had never felt more hope than in that moment. Not before, not since. We'd been in those damn trenches for 6 months. Ramses, and perhaps 100 other sorcerers arrived, and they finished the battle that day. And when they were done, they did not rest. They healed, and they rebuilt, and they added defenses. And Ramses ensured that we knew they were here to stay. He would take up our blades so that we may rest. He and his would defend us, would use all their might and unfathomable power, everything at their disposal. All that greatness. And he swore that no one was obligated to join. No one had to fight. All who would follow him would make sure that the Armand got what they deserved. See, as he speaks, this warfare almost seems young. There's a new vitality in him. Stonebrow and Beryl themselves could not have stopped me. I joined him. I fought by his side. Ramses Ezran, who wielded weapons of light and darkness, who walked on roads of sunlight, whose name was sung by all those that he saved. The hero of the Alliance, the greatest commander ever seen, an inspiration to every soldier who followed. He did not know me, but I knew him. I knew every command he gave, every life he touched. Magic does not flow in the veins of my people, but when he was near, I swear I could feel it. I watched, awe in my eyes each time. When he was near, I was blind and deaf to anything else. He was a beacon. Everything that was right and just. He was born to lead, and he excelled at all that he did. I followed him. Out of Farath and across the continent. I had the privilege of taking back Betaman. I helped them sorcerers best I could when cutting off and stranding the Yarmon on the Great Plain, and then again when sinking their ships at Leora. And then I was there. I was there at the Battle of the Chasm. Just a ripple of shock and gasps.
This man has had a really shit life. But damn, it's entertaining.
I watched as Ramses Ezran pulled a dragon from the sky and bound it to the stone at his feet. I watched him summon fire and lightning from the heavens and tear the earth apart. Unstoppable power, unbreakable force, unfathomable terror and destruction in the hands of this hero, and I knew no one should have these abilities. When it was all done, I thought the fighting was finally over. But those sorcerers, of course not for them. How can you stop when you feel that you have all the power in the world? They turned on each other like wolves with the last bone. And you think Ramses was above it? You think such a hero, with a drive like no other and honor in his blood, you think he was better than that? No. No, he's just like the rest. And they used those godlike gifts without care or consequence. And the rest of us were collateral damage. And you stand here, and you think you know. You take it from someone who was there. These negotiators, they're the lesser evil. He turns away, and he walks down the aisle, away from the microphone. And the assembly just dissipates.
Really, no booing, no.
And the crowd went
Want to?
mild.
Penth? Do you want to?
I would like to see. God, no! I've been making myself too. I think after yesterday, I realized that I'm putting myself forward a little bit too much, and I need to like.
Yeah, that's the
think,
problem. Is we're not. I don't want to draw so much attention to.
I
us.
just have hope for these people that there is at least one person that's not us that wants to say something, that wants to like say bullshit. Because I want to say a lesser evil is still evil. But that's not something. Yeah.
We'll validate that. It's true.
No, because that draws attention to all of us. Then.
No, you say to us.
Yeah, to us, I say a lesser. Yeah, I would rather like look at everybody and say a lesser evil is still evil.
Can I get a reminder? So like that was a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was to any of us because Father made us study history.
Yep.
Like we probably all followed better than the average person.
I think
Of like
so,
what
yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Cool. Because like me, Evans, like what was that again? Like, but I think we could like.
I can
hang
also
up-
send the script.
Oh, I thought it was an interesting. Okay, so sorry, we'll stay back to like into story, being like, are we still together as the thing dissipates? I hold my tongue, but I just kind of look at the crowd and I don't see anybody that is even remotely like.
There are people who
Irate.
talk amongst themselves.
Yeah.
There are people who might express to their, much in the way that you're doing, Penth, might express to the people around them.
Yeah, it went from like an
disagreement.
audience to like a busy square.
Yeah.
And none of the politicians who were on the stage, like the attractive librarian, none of them spoke against the negotiators, the mayor at all. Because I know that the other two military people are pro negotiators, but I don't know if the other two anybody else like voice an opinion.
They weren't here so much to like offer rebuttal or to be part of the conversation. For most of the people on stage, it was observatory more than anything else.
Okay. Are they trying to escape or are they milling about as well?
They mill about amongst themselves.
I turned to the group and I asked, does anybody want to speak to any of these politicians and see what they really think?
These,
Anyone who knows?
Are these politicians standing amongst negotiators?
Yeah, you would have to pass by a group of negotiators. They're on a raised stage. It's not a place that you would just be able to walk up and be like, "Hey, let me talk to the mayor."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like
the-
there's
I've got a gun. Let me talk to them.
Is the Orcan librarian gal? She's just hanging out up there.
she's mostly been taking notes throughout the display.
Noted.
As it seems that things are starting to dissipate, she'll close up her notebook, put it into a nice like messenger bag that she's got over her shoulder, and she's beginning to collect herself to prepare to go back to whatever it is her occupation might be.
Good to know.
Well, we go-
And the mayor. Do we know if the mayor is pro-negotiator? Do we feel that that way?
Penth, go ahead and make a history check.
And I'll can I ask the group? Can this be like a group thing since we're all like?
It'd be a better question to ask one of the two who live in Faroth. Penth, you've been kind of in and out.
Yeah, I mean, would Skia know? I mean, Skia is involved in politics mostly on the industrialist
I
side.
mean, I'll still roll for myself, but I will still
Yeah,
ask the
I'll
group.
have
Does
to
anybody
guys.
know?
All halflings are good guys. There's
I have.
no such thing as an evil halfling.
It's a 16.
16? Okay. Aspen or Skia, do you want to go ahead and add that history check yourselves?
I can assist, yeah.
Oh,
I don't think I'm helping. I got a 9.
Sure. Oh, well, let's see if this dice does. It doesn't. That dice is out for the count. That's a
All
4
of your
plus
dice
things.
out for the count.
That was the same dice that did me dirty earlier. I gave it one
Why
last
did you
chance.
pick it up again?
He likes to hurt himself.
Put it in the freezer until next week.
It is. I'm gonna melt some other dice in front of it.
Ah! Ridiculous.
And you, Marigold Bramblebrandy, as a mayor, is well liked by the people. She is not known for strength and resolve. She gets stuff done. As far as policy and improvements to the city goes, she's relatively pliable to the whims of greater forces. So you feel, with her track record of mayor of Faroth, and with even when you were joining the Negotiators as part of its inaugural class, she welcomed this additional force into the city and hasn't pushed back in their slow testing of what they are and are not allowed to do.
We feel like talking to any politicians? I'm happy to say a few words to someone.
Do you want to take that dirt rag off first, or?
Yeah.
No, I want to be a homeless person.
Oh, okay.
I feel like Aspen.
I don't think Skia would want to talk to politicians, but maybe listening around to the groups of people.
Oh,
For that.
Aspen's not next to you guys anymore.
Oh.
Yeah,
Where's
you want to wait?
the Batman?
Aspen, where are you?
Aspen has worked his way through the crowd, coming around to the other side of this sort of podium where they had been speaking, and just kind of waits to see which way these politicians are going to leave to position himself to be in a certain place when they do.
It looks like they are going to eventually turn away from that citizens podium to go back towards, if not into, the larger government building that these steps and then the platform lead up to. So if you wanted Hippolyta's attention,
Whose attention?
I'm sorry.
you might have to call out.
He's going to whistle. Not calling her name, but just loud enough that he feels that she would hear and look.
In a crowd of 250, she's the only one.
He's trying to get close. I mean, if other people want to look.
Oh, so you're like...
Yeah, he left us.
Yeah.
I would like to do a perception check to see if I spot Aspen while he's doing this bullshit, though. I don't know if Aspen needs to counter roll.
I don't think even a perception roll is really required. I don't think Aspen is trying to be stealthy. He got away from you guys while you were talking amongst yourselves, but now that you've noticed that he's gone and doing a quick scan, it's easy to see someone that you recognize who's making their way through a crowd sort of against the flow of traffic. You have various groups of people, and people are starting to move away from this assembly, whereas Aspen is going closer towards the stage. Aspen, as she is collecting her stuff, Aspen, you've gotten the attention of Hippolyta Romanset.
He's just gonna smile and...
As she locks eyes with you, there is a very clear wave of relief that washes over her. You can tell right away she's very happy to see you unharmed, what it looks like, and even standing not far away from several negotiators. So it would seem to her at first glance that everything is accounted for. You, thank goodness you're all right, kind of expression across her face. She smiles and nods. There's too great of a gulf between the two of you for any conversation to be had, and as the vice chief sovereign, she has quite a lot to do. But there is a lingering glance of just a polite smile.
Perfect. Aspen will wristwatches are a thing in this time, right?
Yes.
Okay. He doesn't wear one, but he'll tap his wrist. and point like at point at her and point at the parliamentary building.
She will remove from one of her like deep pockets a clock on or a watch that's on a chain. Look at it. That doesn't make sense. No.
She looks at her own wrist like, oh, not wearing a watch either.
She looks at the pocket watch.
Getting a quickie in.
I almost want to retcon that wristwatches don't exist yet, and like the equivalent of center rings, this is like we're like wherever watches go. Like,
or just doing a giant clock hands with your arm, be like.
Gong, gong.
And she goes into the building, and you can see as the glass door is closing, she takes an almost immediate right, and then is gone from your view.
Perfect. Back to everybody else.
We don't say anything. We just look at you and start like bouncing our eyebrows. We just look at you.
Yeah, we all saw it happen. We're like, the class.
You recognize it.
Like, hey.
Yeah.
Whatever conversation you guys were happening stopped as soon as Pant was like, "Hey, look at what Aspen's doing."
Hey, look.
Exactly. And it was just and you watch over, and it's not even like, Gonna go get some information.
I don't know what you're insinuating.
It's fine. She's cute.
Who was that? She looks kind of familiar.
Oh, Hippie. That's the vice chief.
Wait, you know the vice chief sovereign?
Sort of.
To clarify, Vice Chief Sovereign is not the same thing as Vice President. You know, like, Chief Sovereign is the same thing as President.
Okay.
The Vice Chief Sovereign is strictly an advisory position to the Chief Sovereign. It's the role of the Vice Chief to basically, like, they're an extra person to keep an eye on all of the politics and, like, whispers and rumors and whatnot and report back. They're essentially, like, it's the role of the Vice Chief Sovereign to be, like, the encyclopedia of all of the stuff that's happening.
Cool.
It's their job to know all of the stuff that's happening. In the occasion of like the untimely death of the Chief Sovereign, it's like they don't become Chief Sovereign.
Damn.
They are responsible for overseeing the transition, but they themselves do not have any power.
They're their own position.
Yeah, they don't have, like, she doesn't have any power in, let's say the current Chief Sovereign were to die, and then, like, there's a 30-day period before the next Chief Sovereign takes, and the Vice Chief is in charge of, like, making sure that's a smooth transition. During that time, they can't, like, add any laws or anything. They don't have jurisdiction or, like, governing power. They're just in charge of transition. So, like, it is her role to be an advisor to the Chief Sovereign. She is, like, the advisor. She's the hand of the king.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That still sounds pretty dang importante.
It's very important, and Skia, you would know that Hippolyta Romanset is far and away the youngest Vice Chief Sovereign ever. She's just a little bit younger than you guys. She's like 28.
Overachiever. And attractive?
And she's a smart bae.
Bae? Does Aspen call her Bae in front of us?
Yes, we met the other night.
The night that you got arrested by negotiators?
Yes, not related directly, but that night is, yes, we met that night, and I would like to continue a conversation about some railroads.
Wait, you were talking to her about the railroad?
That's all anybody ever talks about, Skia.
Well, yes, it's a very important project.
Is it being
would
railroaded,
bring a lot
or...
of, it'd bring a lot of, I think, commerce and benefits to this region.
I put my hand on top of Skia's head and I just go, railroaded or railroads?
Well, it's a singular railroad right now, but I'm certain that...
Well, it's part of a railroad. It
I'm
could be
sorry.
a much larger railroad.
Once we could link, more periphery regions from the economic core center of Farath. Just think of all the possibilities.
But the damn elves are standing in the way.
Well, I didn't say that, but it's a touchy subject for some people.
How the fuck did we get on actual civil engineering? I need Aspen. Is this a way in? Is this a way? I need to know. Like, are we?
What do you need?
I need to know. if she's the ear of the vice of the she's the ear of Feyroth basically in the encyclopedia. How does she feel about negotiators? Is she someone that can lead advising against them?
I don't know what her opinion on negotiators are exactly. I do know that she is an ear for the industrialists. It's
cool. The trains always run on time. I love that for them. The trains ain't gonna run anywhere if there's just a bunch of people standing around arresting each other and wearing fucking paraphernalia that make us mark people as Arcanists. I need to know if she has if she has an opinion on stopping this, or else, if she's for it, do you really think she's gonna be for you?
For what? What reason?
If she wants all Arcanists marked, checked, categorized, shipped away, experimented on, all the fucking 9 yards, then why would you think that that's a good relationship to be in?
Relationship?
What is your... Oh.
I'm not following you, Penth, either. Just because he talked to a lady doesn't mean that they're in a relationship.
Not everyone's trying to fuck everyone all the time, Penth.
I truly believe that is not true at all. I know you, Aspen, and I know you that I bet you, hands down, that there was a woman sometime today that wanted to fuck you, and you had no idea. I bet you there was some...
I was pretty sure at breakfast, but, you know...
This...
So, I'm pretty sure the track record stands. Why else do you want to keep seeing her? For the knowledge?
Well...
I mean...
Skia, stop it! Stop! I'm like soothing your head, but I'm like, this is not your comfort zone, babes.
Well, sorry, I got interested when someone mentioned that.
There's... You've been gone for some time, Penth. I understand while you're out on your expeditions, there's not a lot of social interaction, maybe, but here in the city, who you know is quite possibly the most powerful thing that you can hold. And the more that I have, the more that I have, if you understand what I'm saying.
Sex is power. I don't know why you're leaving that off the table. If you're good at it, it's great. I mean, hell, there are some digs that I wouldn't have dug.
I have an Evan question for Sean.
There's some digs I wouldn't have dug if I didn't dig that dig, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Sean, were you playing on 85 minutes? Is that what that whole thing was, or 5 o'clock?
It seemed like 5 o'clock to me.
Perfect. We're standing in the middle of the street talking about Aspen being a magic user. I was ready to take this to, like a tavern or a place.
Yeah, we could do that, but I'll clock smoke at the end.
Penth, you do not see smoke. And you also, thinking back to the Commandant's speech, she was very specific about addressing what happened at Spire. The night market and what happened there was not a private affair. The night market is a heavily trafficked area, and it seemed that while you guys were within Backroom's shop, almost an entire city block had been cleared. And what happened between you all and the negotiators was by no means quiet. And
there were gunshots.
There were gunshots. There were grenades. And
grenades.
Multiple people were killed. Penth, you do not notice smoke, and you recall that the Commandant was maybe intentionally omniscient of that incident.
Maybe because it was embarrassing. Maybe it was just they didn't want publicity. Okay, noted. So if I don't see him, then we just go over to the cleric. Sorry, it's the something tech, the Curio Tech.
Curio Tech.
Yeah. Love that.
Before you guys do that, Aspen and
oh, that's right,
Hippolyta. Now, as and I guess I should know what the other three of you are doing during the conversation. But Skia, the young man, the teacher of the School of the Prodigal Son, Ackroyd, had mentioned that he is planning on spending part of his evening at the Curiotech. So the order of events will be Aspen meeting Hippolyta, and then whoever is going to go to the Curiotech will do that later. So what would the three of you be doing, just real quick, what would the three of you be doing while Aspen meets with Hippolyta?
Standing outside the window and just going, ooh!
If you guys had mentioned you've said the name a bunch of times. I just haven't read. Curiotech. If you guys had mentioned that, Aspen knows what that is. If he can meet you there later, or if you want to wait in the street, that's up to you guys.
I'm okay with meeting you there later, maybe. Oh. I don't know.
Penth, you speak Dwarven, don't you?
Oh.
Yeah, I speak Dwarven.
It's not an exact translation, but it's pretty close to saying Library of Curiosities. So maybe the three of you are going to Curiotech, and Aspen will meet you
we'll
there.
shop next week.
I want to see what Aspen's doing.
Also, if you guys want to say I run into a store real quick and grab this, then that's something that you can text me outside of the session, and I'll be like, great, subtract this amount of gold.
We have a window of opportunity right now to
You have time to shop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. I like that.
I'm happy to do it. I want to see what Aspen does.
Aspen, yeah, let's make this quick because
Yep.
let's not rush it, but I have things that might happen at Curiotech. Interesting.
Rylan wants to go to Curiotech.
Aspen, you meet Hippolyta just outside of her office building at just exactly 5 o'clock. She comes out and just do a real quick insight check.
Ooh, insight
Yay.
is a better roll than I've been getting. 16.
You can tell that she's quite recently freshened up a little bit.
Ooh!
Can't fix perfection, Hippolyta. But okay. Aspen, is she just kind of there?
No,
I mean,
she's coming out of the office. She is a little, how do you say? How do you say buxom?
You gestured forward.
No, she's coming out. There's a little bit of a rush in her step, a little bit of an excitement. Comes down the steps, not far away from just where this demonstration earlier was. And as she approaches you, Aspen, a little shorter than you are, and Hippolyta has one of those ticks, a facial tick, where her blinks are a little bit more pronounced than the average person. When she blinks, it's more of
Okay.
Every female NPC that's been introduced needs to be protected except for Fuckface.
Except
Commandant.
for the Commandant.
Commandant
Fuckface.
Yeah.
It's your echoes. It's I'm so glad to see you again.
Pleasure, hippie.
And doing. I was worried. That's all. When you were taken from the party, the other evening.
I am truly sorry to have worried you. Obviously, it was a big misunderstanding. These negotiators, they get something, and then they come and they snatch people up and go question them, and then they let them go in the morning at the crack of dawn, and then you don't get any rest, and then you have a long day. And anyway, that was some speech there at the end by that old dwarven fellow.
Yes, I feel like I know most people of note in the city. It's my job to do so. I have no idea who that was.
I'm gonna have to take some notes. His delivery, his pauses, his passion, his emotion. It was raw, and I could use that.
Well, you do just fine in your performances. I went, and yesterday I went to the theater again, and I saw Greatness Absconded once more. It was only my second viewing, but since now that I've met you, it was different seeing it again and speaking to you in person, but still equally as moving.
Well, thank you. I find that it does get better as you've watched it multiple times, with having already seen the story and understanding what's coming, and the expectations changes how a lot of it is delivered. And
are you just hoping I buy another ticket?
Of course. I suppose, since our conversation was so rudely interrupted the last time that we met, if you would like a private viewing sometime with a personal dialogue, actor's notes, if you will, I suppose I could arrange that.
Ow. That would be splendid. I have a pretty tight sketchful, but I'm sure I could. This was a different character, she would say fit you in.
It's right there.
Yeah, but that's not Hippolyta.
No.
No. I would quite enjoy that, I think.
Oh, good. I'll have my people get in contact with you.
Excellent.
I don't have people. I am the people.
Yeah.
But it's you in your different outfits.
Well,
I'm here representing Aspen.
you know where I work. There is an event. I think it's 3 nights from this evening, the 12th. There's an event, a fundraiser that is being held for the chief sovereign I shouldn't say, because she hasn't officially announced her bid for re-election yet, but that might be happening soon. And there will be an event. Boring politician stuff, but maybe a little less boring if you were there.
Is this a celebrity appearance sort of situation or a +1?
I mean, I don't officially get a +1, but I could speak with Victoria and just. I think that should work. If that is something that you would be interested in.
I'm always interested in a good event. Is it a masquerade sort of thing?
No. Although there have been some rumors of a masquerade sort of thing coming next month during the Spirit Festival.
Perfect.
Ooh.
I love a good mask.
Read.
Well, I'll have my people contact your people about the 12th.
Looking forward to it.
Cute. Good evening.
I have a jazz thing to get to. I fucking hate jazz, but here we are.
Jazz thing to get to.
Well,
God, Aspen lives in LA.
yeah, everybody else lives in Faroth. Aspen lives in LA.
God.
Yeah, good evening, Ms. Eurekos, and then she'll walk away. Speaking of a jazz thing, the Curiotech.
Can we go somewhere? God, I'm bored. All right.
The Curiotech, for its name that is reminiscent of the Dwarven language, or based in the Dwarven language, not exactly a Dwarven bar. It's swanky, it's dark, it's smoky. It's in the arts district of Faroth. Bright music with a 6-piece band, a piano played by a satyr. There's an upright bass with a human strumming at it. A dwarf is playing a drum set, another dwarf a long trombone, a gnome playing a trumpet, a clarinet played by an elf, and then there's additionally an elvish singer sort of scatting along with...
Can it be 2 gnomes playing 1 human-sized trumpet? So it's like one's blowing, the other one's like pressing down on the button.
Oh my gosh.
Not far away, there is a small but well-stocked bar. The single bartender doing his best to keep up with everything. Recessed shelves along the walls, each of the shelves having various books and records in them. There are a few small secluded spaces, not quite private rooms, but spaces, booths, and recesses in the wall that are a ways enough from the crowd and the music that you can talk freely, semi-private spaces. There is right in front of this small raised stage. I say raised, it's like 8 inches or so off of the, there's a dance floor, but a small enough dance floor that it's sort of a very tight intimacy, sort of forced intimacy amongst the dancers that nobody on the dance floor really seems to have a problem with. Now, amongst these spaces, my friends here at our proverbial table, what sort of drinks are you interested in from the bar?
So we're, it's the three of us waiting on Aspen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can like, I feel like Thomas has been kind of like the observer throughout
Yeah.
the day. So like, as soon as this like tense day is ending with like a social moment, he like loosens up and gets a bit of the day, and he'll like belly up first
Okay.
and like tap pens on like the side. You're a Goliath. You're fine. Like, I'm like, what you want, big guy?
You got anything with pomegranate?
I'll ask. Go. What you want, buddy?
He just probably gets.
Got it.
his
Okay.
fight.
Well, first of all, we're gonna do shots. We'll get Aspen 1, 2, and so I'll do like the lean. I'll do the lean.
Slinging drinks. Shaking a cocktail, he sort of looks over at you. What you want?
4 shadow bombs.
Okay, let me know. What I have to know what's in a shadow bomb.
Easy look. All right, let's see what I can do. Give me 2 minutes. Pours the drinks, passes them over, goes over to a tap, pours into a beer, slings it, sort of sliding down the bar as like, and it's like, in my head, in the like film that is our campaign, as this like pint of like a dark dwarven beer slides across the bar, the trombone like also does a slide. Gets like all the way down.
2 minutes. Yes, you can figure out what you want to actually do.
And a very skilled bartender goes and takes a number of different liquors. There is a Orcan liqueur that is the main ingredient. Is it smoke bombs?
Shadow bomb.
Shadow bomb. The main ingredient in a shadow bomb is an Orcan liqueur that is thin and bright with a sort of like sparking taste to it that is reminiscent of a like a deep red fruit, like a dark cherry to it. But the liquor itself is black, black, like onyx liquor. Goes ahead and places 4 shot glasses, pours that base liquor into each of them, and then takes what is a number of spices that have been ground, and flicks them over the top of each of the shot glasses, and then takes flint and a very long knife, very reminiscent of, that's not a knife, this is a knife. Takes like one of those and flint and like flicks it, and the spices across each of the shot glasses go whoosh, and the flames go from yellow to red and then to like a deep purple color where they linger for a bit. And then he, from another pocket, like unfurls a large fan and just whoosh. And with one flick of the fan, the flames,
I'm in the back going, yeah!
the flames go out. But suddenly, like a deep, dark cloud rises out over the shot glasses. That's like, it's a small cloud, sort of like a single sort of entity. And he takes those 2 in each hand, sort of like between the fingers, and slides them to the 3 of you. You guys starting a tab, or you hitting and running?
Yeah, we'll be here for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So
I could have just taken straight vodka, but I guess this is a cool presentation.
It's got like fruit in it, and it's fine.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, man, I wish Aspen were here to take it because it's like the best when you finish the flames.
Right.
That's fine. Hey, 3 of us. To being reunited, right? Yeah. We're back home.
Am I supposed to
It's been a
chug
crazy
this?
minute.
Yes, I like hold it up to your mouth. Yes, yes.
I know
you
how to
do.
drink. I just didn't know if this was a sippy one or not.
You've never sipped. You should never sip shots. Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
okay,
yes,
that's what I was
drink the whole
making
thing
sure.
all
It's a
at
shot?
Yeah, let's
Yes.
If it's a shot, yeah, okay, I know how to do that.
He
Ready?
like looks. The bartender looks at the 4th one that's like sort of left on the bar. Is like, he is waiting on someone. Or...
I would like to offer it to the bartender.
Is he a mark?
He's not an orc. He's human.
Doesn't matter. He still did a good job.
He'll
Just pick it up.
take it. Thanks.
You're welcome, handsome. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, you're the stand-in beta. So like, sorry, not.
No, that's it. You said it. You said you're the stand-in beta. I go, cheers.
Yeah, I did it on purpose.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh, not like that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Knocks it back. Places
And I say, and I'm Alpha.
I'm trying to see where we end up getting our money from.
He looks across at each of you. Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Looks over like towards Thomas. Says, "I'm Gordon. Shift's done in a few minutes. My replacement just got here. You like to dance?"
Yeah. I mean, I've been known to cut a rug or two.
No, he asked you to dance.
God, the trope that Thomas steals every boy tries to flirt with. Is this happening? That's so funny. Gordon or Gordon?
Gordon,
Gordon.
like the gin.
Like the gin.
As soon as Penn knows that Gordon is into Thomas, I am immediately behind Thomas, like, and like just fully allowing that space to be like, and sending the back with Skia,
Yeah.
just like.
But like in doing so, you're like involved the whole time.
Oh, I'm popcorn
Yeah,
in hand, but I'm still like not gonna be competing with you over a bartender. I just think it's fun. As soon as he was like, I was like, yes, go dance.
Now,
Oh, yeah, Gordon. Tab's fine. Thanks, man. Maybe just around like beers on the tab, and then like, yeah, maybe I'll see you later.
so you guys start the tab. Drinks are poured.
As we're leaving, like I can't, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm sorry. It's just somebody.
You are doing this to yourself, my friend. You had it right there. I ain't gonna steal it from you, but I ain't gonna help you that hard.
He said it.
He wanted to dance and you said, yeah, sure, see you later. Like,
Okay, all right.
Alright.
We're like,
well, we'll get around two. We'll get around two. We'll try to get. We'll see if Aspen can help out a little bit. Maybe he didn't want me because I smell like piss. I don't know.
oh God. Well, yeah, we'll set up like a table meetup place so that when Aspen shows up, he knows.
Yes. No. He's definitely like your type, right? I think you're into it's like right.
You know, like we have that rule, like we never go to the bartender, right?
I mean,
Is that a rule?
no, I've never.
No, Skia, it's fine. But
Yeah, have you ever gotten with the bartender?
No.
I'm sorry, no.
I just get drinks from bartenders usually.
Yeah, exactly, Skia,
Yeah.
exactly. So like, you never know what they're up to.
You
You
get the
know?
drink from the bartender. You don't drink the bartender.
Don't.
Whoa.
Bad news, man.
God told us some really sick shit right then.
God. Don't drink the bartender.
Whoa.
Ah!
I mean, look, you haven't been in Bear Off for 10 years. This isn't the bartender. He's not your normal bartender. He's just a guy you met. I mean, after this, don't obviously, but like, this is your chance to like be the new in town, be the fresh meat. Enjoy it.
Hey, hi Gordon. You want to dance? Want to see my dead older body? Yeah. I'll like.
All right.
With that, right?
I think trauma jumping is more of a third date thing. Thank you.
All right. I'll pace myself then. Man.
Who knows? Gordon could have been your older
You
body's
don't
like.
want to flirt with me,
husband.
Evan? Is that what it is?
Of course I do.
Oh, of course.
I think we're still discussing this when Aspen arrives. I think we're just sitting there at the table, being like, and Aspen, I think when he appears, just like, you truly, please tell me you got something.
Skia's
Like,
gonna
in the
order
next-
an ice bite while they're arguing about this. Skia's gonna be like, wash it in my mouth.
Yeah, Skia's
What's
got
an
like an
ice
ice
bite?
bite martini.
Yeah.
Like you take a room temperature glass and you pour ice bite into it, and suddenly it's got that like
Okay.
layer of frost on the
Ah,
inside
that's
of
good.
it. And then those bright notes of like vaguely citrus, but with juniper and rosemary and sage.
I asked you if I could try it, but before getting a response, I'll just take a sip.
Yeah, you can have some.
Rolling your own.
Yeah, I'm okay, so because I had a shot, a beer, and I'm like,
Aspen, you arrive,
I don't know.
I
and
find them at the table.
well, before you even get to the table, you walk into the curio tent, and
He looks at the stage and just dramatically rolls his eyes.
before going over to join your brothers, you would go to the bar, I imagine, and maybe order your own drink. What does Aspen like to drink?
What would Aspen drink at the jazz bar? I think he's gonna go with a Fernet on the rocks.
Fuck you.
Fernet?
Oh, you lived in Jacksonville for too long.
Ew.
Oh,
I know. I hate Fernet.
oh.
Oh god.
Is that a Jacksonville thing?
Oh, people in, especially like in the food industry, like you end a shift in a restaurant in Jacksonville and you go to the bar, like whatever dive bar is open, and you order a shot of Fernet and the cheapest beer available. That's like the industry standard in Jacksonville, and it's hideous.
What's the Midwest version? Oh god.
Oh, I know. It's the Chicago thing you're talking about. It's my best friend has it. Other best friend. Sorry, Ryan.
So
What's it?
you commit a great sin, Aspen, and you go to the bar and you order.
Malort.
Whatever the
Lord.
fantasy equivalent of a Fernet is.
Yeah. Arriving next to you at the bar, Aspen is, without a doubt, one of the sexiest and most intimidating women that you have ever seen.
Wow.
She is tall and like 50% leg. Thin.
You go all the way from the floor to her ass.
I mean to say she's got long legs.
That means the other half of her is like this big. Her torso is this
Oh
big.
god,
Her
what
head is this
species is she?
She's the mayor's
What
assistant
the
in Powerpuff Girls.
god?
She's the
Miss
mayor's-
Bellum?
Miss Bellum. Miss
Oh.
Sarah Bellum.
She's the she's whatever race is that like Sid's toy from
Oh
Toy Story,
my God.
where it's
Yes.
just the legs with the fish legs.
With
It's a hooker.
The hooker.
Hook.
Yeah.
The hooker.
Oh.
That
No,
was an inside joke from Pixar.
Oh my God.
long legs, dark hair tied back in this long bun, silk clothes, and as you order this Fernet shot on the rocks, she says to the bartender, "The same." Who takes it and knocks it backwards. And she looks over towards the table where you see your siblings, Aspen. She's looking towards one in particular. Her eyes are on Thomas.
Haha.
And she just sort of says under her breath, "Why is it that all the good ones are never interested in, well," and she just sort of like gestures to herself.
That's right. I'm a catch, baby. Fuck dad. I'm
Just
hot.
new meat.
One of life's great mysteries, I suppose.
You know him?
A bit.
I'm interested, you could say, but shy. Will you send him a message for me?
It's a grenade.
Aspen looks over at Thomas and then kind of looks at this as like a fun way to like mess with his brother a little bit. Just like, yeah, sure.
She whispers into your ear, sort of like biting below.
Ah.
Personal space.
She says, tell him we found the Yanagiba.
Can you spell that out?
He'll know what I.
Yanagiba.
And she's gone.
Ooh!
And we'll end our session there.
And we'll end our session there.
That was fun.
We found
I liked
the
that.
Yanagiba.
That was cool!
Yanagiba.
Alright, I'm packing up. God damn it.
The Yanagiba.
I have no idea what any of that means.
I feel like you should.